A brother and a sister. A game of Go, with the world as its board and life as its pieces. He has already placed down a piece. Now, will you play white? Let's sit down, have a drink, and listen to a story. A few days after Who is Real, Li, on the request of Governor Liang, steals a wine cup from some smugglers to deliver it to him. He and his boatman arrive at the city of Shangshu and stop at an inn to have a drink. Meanwhile, Cruz and Mr. Nothing arrive at the same inn, intending to rest here before they meet with Nian. A woman named Miss Du follows Li to the inn. She causes a ruckus and demands Li to hand the wine cup over. Cruz and Mr. Nothing recognize Li and jump in to help. The inn manager, Zeng, stops Miss Du while the others make their escape. Zeng turns out to be Miss Du's adoptive father and the head of a security company. He scolds her for not knowing what she's getting herself into and that she's making the company lose face. The boatman leads the trio to Governor Liang. Over wine, Li shows Liang the wine cup and tells him that it supposedly has the power to transform objects around it into living things. They're interrupted by a woman called Miss Ning, and although she says she's only a messenger, Li finds an excuse and slips out. Mr. Nothing gets the bright idea that they'll find whoever assaulted them in the morning by walking along the alleys, because that's what suspicious people do. They instead run into a Yan official called Taihe. Taihe asks what Rose Island is doing in the city and why Dusk left her mountain a few days ago, and is surprised to hear that Dusk became an operator and blames it on their oversight. A young man named Zuo steps in to tell Taihe to not be so intimidating. He says he's an Imperial messenger and apologizes to them for Taihe's behavior, but advises Cruz to not get too involved with the likes of the Nian sisters. Cruz says Nian is her friend and Dusk is her friend's troublesome sister, to which Zuo says it's probably too late then. After the Yan officials leave, Mr. Nothing tells Cruz that Zuo is lying, because it would be nonsense to have an inspector of the Anti-Corruption Bureau to act as a messenger's bodyguard. Li has a dream where he climbs a mountain and meets Ling at the top. He shows her a pair of gold pieces, one black and one white, and tells Ling to take one as a gift. Ling asks if he's afraid that he'll lose everything, and Li both confirms and denies it. After all, he says, he is being forced by the situation. Li is woken up by Liang and finds out that a thief has stole the box containing the wine cup. Li says it's fine since he has been keeping the cup on him, and what the thief stole was just a decoy. He asks why so many people want the cup, but Liang only says that he'll know when the time comes, and requests Li to find the person whom the cup originally belonged to. Li tries to get more information, but all Liang knows is that they live in the mountains and sometimes come down to buy wine. This person, of course, is Ling. The thief turns out to be Zuo, and his real identity is an official within the Sui Governance Bureau, a department dedicated to managing the Sui fragments. Sui was the giant beast who helped the Yan Emperor defeat the other giant beast many years ago, and after it went to sleep, it split itself into 12 fragments, which became the Nian sisters that we know and love. Zuo takes the box to Manager Zeng, who immediately realizes that it's a fake. The manager recalls the first time he saw the wine cup, which was 10 years ago. He was commissioned by the Sui Governance Bureau to retrieve the cup when they were attacked by bandits and lost it. Taihe goes to meet Liang over this, and it's revealed that the original plan was for Liang to fake the theft of the wine cup and secretly give it to Zuo. However, Liang wants to use this opportunity to find out where Ling is. He remembers a catastrophe when he was a child, and during the evacuation, he saw Ling in a gazebo toasting to the sky before blacking out, but no one else seemed to have seen her. He wonders if Ling was using the same wine cup. Li, along with the boatman, heads for the mountain that he saw in his dream, with the feeling that he'll find what he's looking for there. He meets a man named Shang and asks him to ask around for any small towns with good wine. Cruz and Mr. Nothing go to meet Dusk and Nian, when Mr. Nothing is assaulted by a baidi before Dusk pulls them into a painting. Cruz tells her about Taihe and the wine cup, and Dusk says if they can find Ling, it will help their plan a lot. Nian suddenly starts yelling at some guy in the painting, so Dusk asks Cruz and Mr. Nothing to find Ling before the Yan officials do, before kicking them out. When they return to the city, Cruz has a meeting with Zuo. He tells her that Rose Island is getting too involved in the situation, and asks for their assistance. Cruz asks what the wine cup has to do with Sui, and Zuo realizes that if Nian told them about Sui, then she must be desperate. In the past, the Sui governance borough wouldn't care what the Nian sisters did. But times have changed, and now that Dusk has left her mountain, the borough is really getting worked up. Although these great beasts that people once thought were gods exist in many places like Kirag and Sami, the Sui governance borough has the most research into them. The wine cup was created by one of the Sui fragments, and a piece of his consciousness lives inside it. Li again has a dream with Ling where they play Go. Ling complains that he always picks Go to compete with her in, and nothing else, and Li says that he wouldn't be able to win otherwise. He's bored now that Yan is so peaceful. Ling says his pieces are in places beyond just Yan, but he replies that his game board is only in Yan. Ling then says, "You're not him," and asks since Li is holding one of his pieces if Li is going to play for him. Li suddenly realizes that he isn't the Li in the dream, and somebody else has been using his image. Ling wonders why the fake Li would drag the real Li into this. The real Li asks where he is, and Ling tells him that he's in a dream from hundreds of years ago. Li is awoken by a commotion outside. Black Knight manages to steal the wine cup from Li with her sleep beast. Li leaves a letter on the table before chasing after the wine cup. Cruz and Mr. Nothing are attacked by objects that have come to life from the wine cup's power. They make it back to Liang's residence and find a letter, in which Li tells them to find the boatman who will take them to the mountain. Black Knight is intercepted by manager Zeng, who tries to take the wine cup from her. Shang suddenly appears, and it is revealed that Shang's son was killed during the wine cup escort 10 years ago, and Shang blames Zeng for his death as well as the loss of the wine cup. He takes the cup and tells Zeng that if he wants it back, he'll be waiting on the mountain for him. Ning's true identity is revealed to be the high-ranking official in the Imperial court. Liang reveals the backstory of why they're doing this. A year ago, due to the turmoil in other nations and one of the Lithanian queens suddenly going silent, Yan decides to prepare for the worst. The Sui Governance Borough wants to take care of the Sui problem first, but the Ministry of Rights wants to focus on the threat of the demons and the ocean first. Because of this, the Taifu orders the Bureau to take care of this incident in secret. Nian and Dusk wait in a gazebo on the mountaintop for Ling, while the others make their way to the mountain. During the fight between Zheng and Shang, the wine cup is knocked away, and Li chases after it. He finds the wine cup stuck on a tree, when Nian and Zuo both come to take the cup. Nian takes them to the mountaintop gazebo, and Li notices that it's the same mountaintop he saw in his dream. Zuo interrogates Nian on why she's here and what she's trying to do with the wine cup. It turns out that the second brother of the Nian siblings is the one who created the cup, and with him being kind of insane, he split his consciousness into 181 pieces. He escaped his imprisonment by the Sui Governance Bureau, and Zuo believes that the wine cup will have clues as to what he's up to. Dusk sends the civilians around the mountain inside her painting, and Ling finally decides to show herself. She sees Li and the consciousness inside of Li, another piece of the second brother. She tries to talk him out of taking over Li's body, and the second brother begins to laugh. He laughs at Nian for her overconfidence, at Dusk for her cowardice, at Ling for not doing anything, and at himself for being so self-absorbed. After so many years of watching humans, he has grown to detest humanity. Ling realizes that he intends to replace Sui. The sky shakes as the second brother creates an image of Sui. Using Li's form, he takes the others into a realm not unlike Dusk's paintings, and invites Li to a game of Go. Ling, Nian, and Dusk are left outside to deal with Sui. Ling realizes that it's more of a shadow, or an illusion, in the sense that it is created from their subconscious worries and fears. After so many years, Sui has gone insane. If the real Sui does wake up, they'll disappear. She asks Nian if she has a plan for resisting it, and Nian says she doesn't, but she'll do it anyways because she's not content with just dying. As Li and the second brother play, the brother admits that he doesn't actually like to play Go and finds it boring. He then asks Cruz and Zuo, and even pulls Liang and Ning into the realm to play him. As they play, he tells the story of one of his sisters who disappeared. Outside the realm, the image of Sui is defeated, and the brother concedes the match despite his winning position. Ling enters the realm and asks him if he's doing this because of their sister's disappearance. He hesitates, but says it's irrelevant. He tells Ling that he has left her a gift, and to find him again when she receives it. Nian wonders how Ling can destroy the illusion so easily. Ling replies that their existence is fragile like a bubble, but since they and Sui are one and the same, so why can't Sui be a bubble too? Nian says she makes it sound so easy, and Ling says it is, which is why she's the elder sister. Li asks Ling how their hierarchy is determined, and Ling says they were all born from chaos, and whoever finds the answer to a question first will arrive in the real world first. And that question is, who am I? The Taifu arrives in Shangshu to clean up this whole mess. Liang is promoted and is to follow the Taifu to the Imperial court. The Taifu then makes a deal with Nian. The Imperial court will help her with what she wants in exchange for weaponry and soldiers to defend the border. Ling asks about the second brother, and Taifu says he split his consciousness into gold pieces and spread himself across the world to play one giant game. And he'll show himself again when things are nearing the end. The gift the second brother left Ling is a wine cup. She asks why he dragged so many people into this, and the cup says it's a reminder. A reminder that humans aren't as kind as they appear to be. A reminder that when the time comes, she won't be able to stay out of whatever is coming.